Present, sir.
This call is now being
Okay.
recorded.
आनंद क्याबानी.
Yes, sir.
Okay. अंजुम. अंजुम. बसवराज. बसवराज गडकरी. बसवराज ऐनापुरे. बसवराज ऐनापुरे. भाग्यश्री. भाग्यश्री. भक्ति. भक्ति. भारती.
Present, sir.
ओके. चेतन कुमार. चेतन कुमार. दीपक.
Yes, sir.
ओके. दिव्या. दिव्या. गढ़ प्रथमेश. ज्योति. ज्योति. किरण लिगाड़े.
Yes, sir.
ओके. लक्ष्मीकांत. लक्ष्मीकांत. मानतेश.
Yes, sir.
राइट. मोळे प्रेम.
Present, sir.
राइट. नागेश.
Yes, sir.
राइट. नंदीश.
Present, sir.
ओके. पूजा पाटिल. पूजा पाटिल. प्रमोद कुमार. प्रमोद कुमार. प्रवीण. प्रवीण मगदुम. प्रियंका. प्रियंका.
Present, sir.
ओके.
Present, sir.
राइट. संध्या. संध्या. संतोष.
Present,
संतोष
sir.
पुजारी. ओके. संतोष
Present,
सोनार. राइट. संतोष सोनार. संतोष सोनार. शाहबाज.
Present, sir.
राइट. शफिया.
Present, sir.
राइट. श्रीधर. श्रीधर सोलकणवर. सृष्टि.
Present, sir.
ओके. सिद्धार्थ वर्णेकर. सिद्धार्थ वर्णेकर. सिद्धार्थ पाटिल. सिद्धार्थ पाटिल. सुप्रिया.
Present, sir.
ओके. वंदना. वंदना. वसंत.
Yes, sir.
राइट. वेददत्ता. वेददत्ता. योगेश.
Yes, sir.
राइट. महेश दुडमनी.
Yes, sir.
राइट. बाळेश. बाळेश. तैक मोहम्मद.
Yes, sir.
राइट. प्रवीण राठौड़. प्रवीण राठौड़. अभिषेक.
Present.
ओके. ऐश्वर्या.
Present, sir.
ओके. अमानुल्ला. अमानुल्ला. बंडोडकर तनय मोहनदास. बंडोडकर तनय मोहनदास. बावराव.
Yes, sir.
ओके. शोधन.
Present, sir.
राइट. देवणार अनिल कुमार शेकप्पा. देवणार अनिल कुमार शेकप्पा. नंद कुमार. नंद कुमार. प्रमोद. प्रमोद. रोहिणी. रोहिणी. रोहित. रोहित. शशिधर.
Yes,
शशिधर.
sir. Yes,
Right.
sir.
Okay, Sridhar, right? Sridhar is there?
Yes, sir.
Badger?
Present, sir.
Okay.
Present, sir.
Right. Saish? Saish?
Present, sir.
Okay. Right. Snehal? Snehal? Vaishnavi?
Present, sir.
Okay. Karthikiyam? Karthikiyam? Right. Anybody else joined late? Okay.
Sir Chetan.
Chetan, roll number?
Sir 11.
11. Anybody else joined late?
Sir Sridhar Solaknaur.
Okay. Anybody else? Right. In continuation with the last class, we're discussing about the programs. Let us continue with the instructions here. Program branching instructions. This is a call instruction. It is absolute call. Its full form is absolute call. It is 2-byte instruction and it takes 2 machine cycles to execute. The syntax of this instruction is absolute call target address. A call target address is the syntax of a call instruction. The function of this instruction is it will call the subroutine and the target address is located in the instruction. It is specified in the instruction. Description is it calls the subroutine within 2 kilobytes from the address of the program counter. Whatever is the address of the program counter, from that address 2 kilobyte memory location anywhere within 2 kilobyte, that will be the range of the a call instruction. It jumps within 2 kilobytes of the memory location from the current address, from the present address of the program counter. That is the jump. It will jump to the subroutine within 2 kilobytes memory location from the present memory location of the program counter. It is 2-byte instruction. 5 bits are used for the opcode and remaining 11 bits are used for the target address. It is 2-byte instruction. Among the 2 bytes, among the 16 bits, the most significant 5 bits, they are used for the opcode, that is operational code, that is the particular say address which will specify that instruction or which will describe that instruction, and the remaining 11 bits are for the target address. Remaining 11 bits are for the target address. As I told, its range is 2 kilobytes. So how we are getting this 2 kilobytes? Its 11 bits are used for the target address. That means its range is 2:11. 2:11 bits. So 2:11 is 2 into 2:10. I can write 2:11 as 2 into 2:10. That will give me, so 2:10 is 1 kilobyte. So 1 kilobyte into 2, that will give me 2 kilobytes. Okay. So like this, the range of this a call instruction is within 2 kilobytes from the present address of the program counter. Program counter, it always stores the address of the next instruction to be executed, or it stores the address of the instruction that is getting executed. So from that particular address within 2 kilobyte memory location, that will be the range of this a call instruction jump. Okay. Now how it will store the program counter address? For example, here, if you are considering the instructions, let us say we are considering now, let us say we are at the memory location 2000H. 2000H is the memory location, and let us say the address is, so this is 16 bits is the memory location, then 1006 is the, it's 2 byte. So 10 among these 5 bits, Okay, among this 5 bits, this is the program counter. It is now storing 2000H. Program counter is now storing 2000H, 2000H. Okay, that is the address of the instruction. Let us say now here we are calling the subroutine a call to next. Next is somewhere. Okay, we have to calculate the target address. To this target address, the jump will take place. Okay, so the target address to this target address. So this target address is given by this instruction opcode and this 1006. I'm just giving an example. It need not be 1006 only. It can be any value. Right? I'm just giving an example to make you understand how it works. Now what it will do? What is the address of the next memory location? In 2000H, it is storing the lower byte, that is 06. In 2001H memory location, it is storing the higher byte, that is 10. In 2000, it stores 06, that is the lower byte, and in 2001, it stores the higher byte, that is 10. So the address of the next instruction is 2002H, 2002H. This is the address of the next instruction. Okay, let us say the next instruction is, for example, move a comma hash 24H. This is the instruction. Okay. Now this program counter, it is having the address now. When it is executing a call next instruction, program counter will always store the address of the next instruction. Next instruction is move a comma hash 24H. So its address is 2002H. 2002H is its address. Is it not? So as the address is 2002H, now this address is pushed onto the stack memory. This address is pushed onto the stack memory. In the stack memory, what it will do? It will first store the lower byte, that is 02, the stack memory. So this is our stack. Let us say it is a stack memory. Stack. We have the stack here. Okay, so in the first, the lower byte will be stored. That is 0 store 2 will be stored in the stack memory. Okay. Then the higher byte, that is 02 will be stored. Then the higher byte, that is 20 will be stored. It's a stack memory. It's a memory. When say it is starting from memory location 08H. So in 08H memory location of the stack, in 08 memory location of the stack, okay, the value 02 is stored. The value 02 is stored, and in 09H memory location of the stack, in 09 memory location of the stack, let us say the value 09H memory location of the stack, value 20 is stored. Value 20 is stored. This is how, excuse me, this is how it is storing the values. Okay. Right. Now, after it stores this memory location of the next instruction onto the stack memory, it stores the lower byte first and next the higher byte. Then now it has to jump to this next. It has to jump to this next. This next is located somewhere else. This next is located somewhere else. So next, let us say it is located somewhere else. We know this address, we can calculate it where this next address will come. That is, it will take the first 5 bits as the opcode. So in this 1006, this 1006, so 1006, so 1 means it is 0001, okay, 4 bits. Then 0 means 0000, next to 0 means 0000, 6 means 0110. 1006. Now 5 bits, the upper 5 bits are for the opcode. So these 5 bits are for the opcode. Okay, these 5 bits are for the opcode. So this represents the opcode here, these 5 bits, right? Then these bits, remaining 11 bits, these remaining 11 bits, okay, so they represent the, they are for the target address. They are meant for the target address. So these 11 bits, they decide the target address, or they give the target address. Okay, so the target address is now target address, or the jump address we can call. So this address is given by what? 0000. So it is 0. Okay, 0. First 4 bits are 0 by default. It is first 4 bits are taken 0, so it is 0. Then the remaining 4 bits are also 0, it is 0. Then this is 4 bits also 0, it is 0. Then it is 0110, so it is 6. So the target address is 0006. Okay, so to this address it will jump. Okay, so this address is somewhere else. This next is somewhere else. You have written a small program. Maybe you have written a small program, and the address of that small program next instruction. Let us say this next is storing some instruction, and let it be add carry a comma hash a comma rn. Will take a comma rn. Okay, this is the instruction. This is stored somewhere else. Okay, maybe a small program is written for this, starting with some address org 0000h. So this address of this next is, it will jump to this address. So this next instruction, this addc a comma rn, is stored in the program counter. The program counter address is now 0006h. This is one small example I'm giving to make you all know how exactly this process takes place. Okay. This program counter is now 0006. So instead of 2002, that starting the next instruction address, it has stored in the stack memory. After storing in the stack memory, what it will do is, it will take the target address. It will store the target address target address in the program counter. Store the target address in the program counter, and then it will jump to that address. So that address is this next, where this next is located, this label wherever it is located. So that label memory location is 0006, which will be stored in the program counter. It will execute all these instructions, so which are from this 0006. Maybe next instruction, say it is stored in 0008. If it is 2-byte instruction, add with carry, right? It is 1-byte instruction. So next memory location is 0007. In this memory location, let us say some other instruction is stored. Let us say su db subtract with borrow a comma hash 05h. Some instructions are written here. Okay, after it executes all these instructions, which are here, right? When it executes all these instructions, then next, the last instruction of this will be return. Last instruction of this subroutine will be return. So this return means where it will return. It will return to the next address after from where it was called. So this absolute call instruction was called from this 2000h. Now it will return to the next instruction memory location. That is, it will return to 2002. So if it has to return, then how it will return? Now whatever program counter address is there, it will leave that. Okay. Then in spite of that address, now it will save in that program counter this address, whatever it has stored in the stack. So what it has stored in the stack, that is 2002. First it will take the lower byte and then the higher byte. Okay, so program counter will now store 2002. EC store 2002. So it will jump to this address when the RET instruction is executed. When this instruction is executed, it will jump to it will return to the main program. So it is as good as you are calling the function in C language, right? When you call the function, it will go to that function, execute it, and again it will come back to the main program. Is it not? So it is similar way this a call instruction also works here. So it will return to 2002. 2002 is the memory location of the next instruction, that is move a comma hash 24h in the main program. Okay, so it will execute all the instructions in the main program and then it will end the program. Okay, so this is how it will execute the a call instructions. This concept is clear here, students? This concept is clear here? A call instruction is clear? Abhinandan, is it clear? Abhinandan? Abhinandan, is it clear here? Abhinandan? Akshata?
Yes, sir. It is clear.
Okay. Bharti? Bharti?
Yes, sir.
Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Nagesh? Nagesh? Kiran? Kiran Legade?
Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
Understood. Concept is clear. How it will jump to target address, how it will return back, how when it will store in the stack memory.
Yes,
All
sir.
this concept is clear.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Right. Sandhya? Sandhya? Shirodkar? Is it understood? Santosh Pujari? Pujari?
Yes, sir.
Tritenri? Santosh? Is it understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sridhar Solkanavar? Sridhar Solkanavar? Sridhar? Sushti?
Yes, sir.
Sushti?
Understood, sir.
Understood?
Yes, sir. Understood, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Baurav? Baurav?
Yes, sir.
Clear? Baurav?
हाँ क्लियर सर.
Okay. Fine.
सर वो टारगेट एड्रेसिंग थोड़ा और एक बार बोलो.
Target address ka? Okay. I will explain. 1 minute.
ओके सर.
See here. Now this instruction, what I have considered is a call next, absolute call. We should be in a position to understand this instruction a call. Okay. So if we want to understand this a call, we have to know how it works. Okay. So the working of this a call is a call next. This next is the target address. We have to know where this target address is, or what is the address of this next. Okay, so we are doing all this to calculate this next address. So this next address is nothing but it is specified in the instruction itself. It is specified by the instruction itself. This instruction a call next, this itself will give the address, this 1006. It is stored in memory location 2000H, which is the program counter now at present. At this particular juncture, the program counter is storing 2000H. Okay, so 2000H means it is nothing but it is storing in 2000H memory location 10 and in 2001H memory location 06, because it is 2-byte instruction. 1006 is 2-byte instruction. In 2000H memory location 10 is stored, and in 2001H memory location 06 is stored. Right, 2-byte instruction, it is 1006. Now this 10 is in this 1006, the upper 5 bits, that is this 1006 means it is represented as 0001, that is this one, then 0 is 4 zeros, then 0 is again 4 zeros, 6 is 0110, 0110. Okay, now the upper 5 bits, these 5 bits, they are meant for the opcode. Opcode is the operational code which will distinguish between one instruction and the another instruction. So this opcode is a specific for that instruction. Okay, now what is the opcode I am using here? This is 00010, 5 bits. Okay, so if you take in terms of 8 bits, right, 0010, then the upper 4 bits are 0, it is 02H. The opcode for this a call next instruction is 02. It is the operational code which is the code for that particularly only for that instruction. There is no other instruction with the same opcode. Remember, no two instructions can have the same opcode. If a call next is having the opcode 02, the L call instruction, long call instruction will have some other opcode. It may be having 04H. like that. So these opcode are nothing but they are meant only for that particular instruction, which define that particular instruction. What is the function of that instruction? That is defined by these opcodes. Now, absolute call, this function, what is the function of this? It will jump to next. So this function is defined by this opcode 0 to h, that is 00010. Clear here? Similarly, say if I'm using the opcode for move a comma hash 24h, say let us say the opcode is 28 comma 24, 2824. If I write here 2824h is the, it is a 2-byte instruction. Move a comma hash 24h is 2-byte instruction. The first byte is the opcode. The second byte is the data what we are using in the instruction, that is 24. So this 28, whatever is the opcode for this move a comma hash any value, right? Move a comma hash any value, that is specific only for move a comma hash any value instruction. No other instruction will have this same opcode 28. Getting the point here? Now here 1006, the upper 5 bits, this is meant for the opcode, and the lower, these lower bits, 11 bits, these lower 11 bits, they are meant for the, that is the target address. They are meant for the target address. So which are the lower bits, 11 bits? It is 0006, because if you are considering in terms of 16 bits, now it is in 11 bits, but we have to write the address in terms of 16 bits, because memory location is 16 bit. Remember, in 8051 microcontroller, address bus is 16 bit, whereas data bus is 8 bit. Address or the memory location is always in terms of 16 bit, whereas the data is always 8 bits. It cannot be more than 8 bits data. Got the point here? So 0006 I am writing in terms of 16 bits. So by default the upper, these are how many bits? 11 bits. So I want 5 more bits to complete 16-bit memory location. So the upper 5 bits are by default 0 only, because they are not given here, means by default we will take them as 0. So the upper 4 bits is 0, then these 4 bits, this 3 bit plus 1 0 bit, that will be 0. So these 4 bits, it will be 0, then 0110 is 6. So we got the target address. So this is how we are calculating the target address. Now if it has to jump to this 0006 memory location, first what the microcontroller will do is it will store the memory location of the next instruction. What is the memory location of the next instruction? Instruction move a comma hash 24h is stored in memory location 2002. So this memory location is first stored in the stack memory. First the lower byte is stored 02, and then the higher byte, that is 20 is stored. So 02 then 20. So it is stored in the stack, and then it will jump to target address 0006. So these instructions whatever are written here, they are written in a separate subroutine, okay, or a separate subprogram may be written starting from say org. It may be some memory location, okay, let's say 00, that is 0002h, some memory location, right? So the next memory location, if it is 0006, to this memory location the jump will take place. The absolute call will make the microcontroller or the control to jump from this particular instruction, that is from the a call next instruction, it will jump to here, that is ADDC a comma RN instruction. Got the point? So after it jumps here, it will execute other instructions also, whichever are there in that subroutine, and then the last instruction of the subroutine is always RET, because it has to return to the main program. So the last instruction is always RET, return. So this will make the microcontroller to return back to the main program. Now while returning back also, how it will return? Whatever value it has stored in this stack memory, so this value 2002, this it will store back again in the program counter. So it will get back this value 2002, and then the control is transferred, or the microcontroller is transferred to 2002h memory location, in which there is move a comma hash 24h. So then the other instructions in this main program are executed, and then last will be the end instruction, which will end the program. Now it is clear, Bhaurav? Bhaurav?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Fine. Fine.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. We'll move with the next instruction then. This is clear. So that's what it is. The same is being written in the form of points here. Content of program counter is pushed onto stack, lower byte first and high byte next, with the stack pointer getting incremented by 2. Program counter is loaded with the new address, and control is transferred to the subroutine located at that address. Opcode is A15 to A11, that is upper 5 bits. Then the next bits, okay, A10 to A8, A10, A9, A8, next 3 bits, they are the first byte, they are for the first byte target address. Then lower 8 bits, A7 to A0, second byte, okay, that is also for the target address. So these 8 bits, A7 to A0, and these 3 bits, A10 to A8, total 11 bits. Total 11 bits are for the target address. None of the flags are affected by this instruction. That is what it is. The address of the subroutine is calculated by combining the 5 high order bits of the incremented program counter, the 3 high order bits of the ACALL instruction, and the second byte of the instruction. So all these combined together, you will get the target address. That is the 5 high order bits of the program counter. That is program counter high bits A15 to A11. Then 3 high order 11 bits of the ACALL instruction. So all this will be combined, and that will give the target address of the ACALL instruction. Next is LCALL instruction or the long call instruction. So LCALL is syntax is LCALL target address. It is 3-byte instruction. It takes 2 machine cycles to execute. This calls the subroutine with the target address specified in the instruction. Again, the target address is mentioned in the instruction itself. Okay, after the opcode. Description is it calls a subroutine with the target address within 64 kilobytes from the program counter. Whatever is the present memory location in the program counter, from that memory location within 64 kilobytes, that is the range of the LCALL instruction, long call instruction. Because it is 3-byte instruction, the first byte is the opcode and the next 2 bytes is for the target address. It is 3-byte instruction, right? It is 3-byte instruction. First byte is for the opcode and the next 2 bytes is for the target address. So as it is 2-byte target address, 16-bit, so 2 raised to 16 bits. This can be written as 2 raised to 6 into 2 raised to 10. So 2 raised to 10 is 1 kilobyte. So 2 raised to 6 is 64. 64 into 1 kilobytes is 64 kilobytes. This is how the range is obtained here. Because it is having 16-bit address, target address. So 2 raised to 16 if we take, it can be written as 2 raised to 6 into 2 raised to 10. That is 2 raised to 6 is 64. 2 raised to 10 is 1 kilobyte. 64 into 1 kilobyte is 64 kilobytes. Again, the concept is similar to the ACALL instruction here. Concept is almost similar to the ACALL instruction. Explain here. Okay, now here in this particular ACALL instruction, it is 2-byte. It is 2-byte instruction ACALL. So it took only 2 memory locations, 2000, 2001. But LCALL instruction is 3-byte. It will take 3 memory locations. Let us take the same memory location, 2000H. In 2000H, it is storing the first byte, that is the opcode. The opcode for LCALL is 04H is the opcode. This is LCALL next. Then in 2001H memory location, the target address is stored. Let us say the target address is 0202. Then here the next memory location 2002. Because it is 3-byte memory location, it will take 3 memory locations. The target address higher byte, you say 34. So the address of the next instruction, it is 2003H. In this memory location, let us say the instruction that is stored is ADDC. I will take the same instruction and I will take the same opcode for ADDC. Move instruction I will take. Move instruction. So move A comma hash 2824. Move 2824 is the byte instruction. 28 comma 24. Instruction is move A comma hash 24. Move A comma hash 24. Okay. Now here it is 3-byte instruction. It takes 3 memory locations. You can see here 2000 it is storing 04 opcode for that instruction. In 2001 it is storing 2. In 2002 it is storing 34. So this 02 and 34 is nothing but the target address. Now here before it jumps to this target address 3402. So target address is now, I'll write it this side. Target address is 3402H. This memory location it has to jump. Okay, before jumping, what it will do is it will store the memory location of the next instruction. Memory location of the next instruction is 2003. This it will store in the stack. This it will store in the stack. In the stack memory, say it is starting from say 08H. In 08H memory location of the stack, the value that is stored is 2003. Lower byte is stored first, 03. This value is stored, and in the next memory location, 09H, the next, that is 20. We stored 03 lower byte, then 20. This is stored. This is stored here, right? So it is lower byte first and the higher byte. Then it will jump to the target address. So this target address is calculated. It is just the whatever the second and third byte are there, that itself is the target address here. So it is 34 and 02. These two, 34 and 02. So this is the target address. So in the program counter, now what it will store? It will store first. It will be storing 2003. First, it will be storing 2003. Okay, this 2003 is storing in the stack 03 first and 20. Then after it stores in the stack, it will copy in this program counter the target address. The target address is, new target address is what we have taken here, T402. So to this address, second and third byte, it will jump. So it is 3402. So this 3402H is somewhere else. Okay, just as I explained for the ACALL instruction. So this 3402 next address is somewhere else. So that we'll take it here. Program counter 3402H. In this instruction, let us say the next is here, NEXT, next. So that is here some instruction is stored, say ADDC A, RN. Then other instructions are there here in this subroutine. Other instructions are there. After it executes other instructions, right? So program counter is now 3402. This is the program counter target address. It is at next, because what we have taken here, lcall next we have taken, lcall next. Okay, so it will jump here. It will execute all the instructions in that sub program, a small program or the subroutine, and then the last instruction is RET, return instruction. When this instruction is executed, what it will do? It will load the program counter with the contents of the stack memory. To load the program counter with the contents of the stack memory, that is, again it will store 2003. That is, program counter will store 2003. That is equal to 2003H, and then it will jump. So 2003 is where next instruction of the lcall. Next instruction after lcall is this move a hash 24, that is 2003. So it will execute all the instructions in the main program, and then it will end the program. Clear here? So this is how it is executing the lcall instruction. The difference here is, in the ACALL instruction, the target address is calculated by the first 5 bits. This is for the opcode, and this 11 bits whatever are there, they are for the, so this first 5 bits is the, here whatever is there, that is the upper, this 2002 no, on this instruction. So it is 2002 means the upper 5 bits of 20. Upper 5 bits of 20. This is up, sorry, this is okay. So here, then ACALL instruction, what is happening? The 2002 is the address of the next instruction, is it not? So 2002, the upper 5 bits, 2002, right? Upper 5 bits is 0010, then it is 0000, that is 0, 00000 is 0, then it is 0010. So upper 5 bits it will take from here, 00100. Then the 11 bits is from the, that is the 11 bits of the ACALL instruction. 11 bits of the ACALL instruction, that is the target address. So it will take 5 bits from here, and then 11 bits from the this 006. These 11 bits here, it will take these 11 bits, and this 5 bits. So combined together, that is how it is calculating the target address in the ACALL instruction. Whereas in the LCALL instruction, directly is given by the second and third byte of the instruction itself. It is 34, this is 02. Second byte is 02, third byte is 34. The target address will be 3402. It will jump to this target address when the LCALL instruction is executed. Is it clear here, students, how this LCALL instruction executes? Understood here? LCALL instruction? Vaishnavi, is it understood? Sanikop? Sanikop? Vaishnavi? Vaishnavi? Shashidhar? Gaudar? Shashidhar? Shashidhar?
हाँ सर.
Understood? LCALL instruction?
हाँ सर. हाँ सर.
Okay. Sridhar Badigar? Sridhar?
Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
Understood? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Yogesh? Yogesh? Is it understood? Yogesh? Mahesh Dodamani? Mahesh? Shodhan? Shodhan?
Yes.
Clear with this? Both instructions?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Mantesh?
Yes, sir.
Mantesh?
Understood.
Understood? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Shabaz? Shabaz? Shafia?
Sir, understood.
Understood. Okay. Nandish?
Sir, understood, sir.
Okay. Right. Fine. Okay. So in the next class, we'll say take up 1 or 2 programs and then we'll continue with the instructions. Okay. Fine. Thank you.
Sir,
ಹೇಳ್ರಿ ನಂದೀಶ್
sir, Fibonacci the doubt ಇತ್ತು ಅಂತೀನಿ ಸರ್.
ಹೇಳ್ತೇನ್ರಿ ಮಂತೇಶ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ದಾಗ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿರಿ.
ಹಾ ಸರ್, ನಡೀತದೆ.
ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ದಾಗ ತಗೋತೇನ್ರಿ. ಹಾ,
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್,
ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ದಾಗ. ಹಾ,
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್, ಓಕೆ ಸರ್.
ಓಕೆ.